Welcome gamers, Hazardor here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Overwatch. Like always, I'll go through what I liked about the game and then what I didn't like about the game. Overwatch has a lot of things going for it, and I loved so many things about this game. First of all is the graphics. The graphics and the art design are really good. They're very unique in gaming nowadays because most first-person shooters are military style. They take themselves very seriously, but Overwatch has got this cartoon feel to it. They really do look like something of a cartoon about 10 years ago, and that really does make this game unique from everything on the market at the moment, apart from Battleborn of course, but we'll get into that a bit later. So the graphics and the art design have impressed me a lot, but of course games are all about the gameplay, and Overwatch sure does have a lot of great gameplay. The reason why the gameplay is so fun is because there are so many different heroes to choose from. They are all very unique from each other and offer a very wide range of weapons, abilities, appearances, different playstyles to use every single match you go on. No matter what game mode you play or what map, every single time you use a different hero, it'll feel like an almost completely new game. You have snipers, which stay back and of course snipe the enemy. You then have healing classes, which act as support to your team. All they are there for is for healing your teammates, and you have to support your team in that way. There are sort of tank classes, where you have to absorb all the damage and sort of act as a protector of your team. Then you can go as an assault class and play really aggressive. You don't have much health, but your weapons are really good. And all these heroes are really different from each other, and that is the bread and butter of Overwatch. There are 21 heroes in this game, all massively different from each other, and the heroes definitely make Overwatch what it is. I think Blizzard have done a massively great job of making these heroes feel different from each other, and there wasn't one time where I thought, actually this hero is kind of like this one. They seem really similar. I've never ever thought that. Everyone is very different from each other in terms of weapons, appearance, game style, size. Everything is so different, and I'm really impressed by that. You will not get bored of the gameplay at all, despite there not being a huge number of maps or a huge number of game modes. The abilities in Overwatch are very impressive as well. They have a cooldown time, so they can't be spammed, and each character has very unique ones that can change the course of a match very drastically. You also have a sort of super attack that powers up after a while, and that can completely change a match. You can take out a whole team with it, revive your whole team. There are so many different ways to use these skill points depending on which character you pick, and the abilities has to be one of the best things about this game, on par with the amount of heroes you have on offer. Now, one of the reasons a lot of people play Overwatch is because of the teamwork involved. It's a very team-based shooter, and if you don't play to your class's strengths, you're gonna lose. And one of the reasons this game is so good is because most of the matches are very tight. There aren't a huge number of game modes, as I've already said, but the game modes that are there at the moment are very close. All matches I've played so far have ended very close on the scoreline, and towards the end, the last 1 minute of the game, it's got very hectic, and it's been really enjoyable. Going back to the heroes, one thing that I'm very impressed with is the fact that none of the heroes are specifically overpowered. A few of them are a bit overused compared to other ones. Of course, there are those heroes that aren't used as much as others, but there hasn't been one so far where I've thought this is really overpowered and it ruins the game. The game's very well balanced, there's no lag, there's no bugs either, and that's been very impressive. The game runs perfectly and I've had no problems in that respect. Now, if you've followed the gaming industry at all over the past few months, you know that Battleborn and Overwatch have been compared a lot. Of course, they are not very similar games, but they have got those similarities that you will, at first sight, these games look similar. Let's be honest, they are cartoony, first-person shooters. From the outside, to the casual gamer, they will think that Battleborn and Overwatch are quite similar games, and that'll make them decide which is better. Which is better in my personal opinion? Overwatch, without a doubt. I played Battleborn and I put it down after about a week or so. Of course, Battleborn has story missions, but there aren't much of them. Overwatch's multiplayer is just so much better than Battleborn, and if you haven't got that much money, you got a part-time job, or you're saving up pocket money, and you can only pick one of these games, I'd definitely go for Overwatch. Despite all of this, it of course has its problems like every game does. The first thing that sticks out is there's no story mode in this game. The only thing there is multiplayer, and if you're going to put down £50 for this game, you've got to know if there is enough content for you to, have your money worthwhile. If it's going to be spent well or if it's going to be wasted. And the fact that there's no story at all does kind of put you back a little bit. It did for me, because multiplayer only isn't going to keep you entertained for that long. But honestly, honestly, Overwatch does keep you entertained for a long while. But I think the lack of story does bring this game down, because I think it could have a very good story mode, playing you and 4 friends, or, you know, 2-player co-op, whatever it may be, a few story missions to go through together, take out loads of enemies and enjoy yourself in that way, other than just multiplayer. A multiplayer only game does have to have a very, very good multiplayer, but Overwatch does have this, so it's not a massive problem. Now, one thing that annoyed me quite a lot that Battleborn does better is the fact that on Battleborn you can only have 1 hero per team, but on Overwatch you can have a whole team of the same heroes if you want. That really did annoy me. On a few game modes, literally the whole team, all 5 players, were using the same class with a sentry gun, and on another game mode, they were all using the same specific hero and spamming the shield ability so he could barely hit them. A lot of people, if they party up with their friends, they'll want to troll like this, all use the same hero, and that'll lead to boring gameplay because people, they just spam the same abilities again and again and again, and it gets really boring. I think Overwatch should have made it that is 1 hero per team. There can't be 2 of the same heroes on each team. I don't know if I explained myself properly there, but I hope I did. Another thing I didn't particularly like is the lack of customization. Yes, you can open loot packs in the game to unlock new skins, new emotes, new stuff like this, but there's no real customization in terms of weapons and abilities. For example, let's take Tracer as an example. She has 2 submachine guns, 1 in each hand. I would have liked to see it, as you progress through the game, you have different submachine guns to choose from, or maybe pistols in 1 each hand, and I would have also liked to see a bit of a customization in the abilities each class can use. So then when you develop your character, you have new abilities and new weapons as you progress. I think that would have made the game have a lot more depth, but it's not in the game, it's not a massive setback, but I think they've missed out on a massive opportunity to have a lot more customization in this game. And another thing you would have noticed if you played the beta, the full game is basically like the beta. I didn't really notice a difference between them. Maybe they gave us too much to do in the beta, or maybe there's not enough content in the full game, but it feels like I am playing a beta like the one where I was playing a few weeks ago, which over 10 million people played. I think that this game could lack a little bit of content if you get bored of multiplayer after a while, but the multiplayer is very solid, and this is a very good game, no doubt about it. Overall, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely better than Battleborn, and I think if you spend your money on Overwatch, you'll spend hundreds of hours in a multiplayer enjoying yourself, because there's so much to do, the gameplay's got so much variety, and it's just an awesome game in general. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe for more.